The Real Madrid problem isn't Mbappé, it's Vini Junior. Everyone's blaming Mbappé. The slow start, the awkward system, the poor chemistry. But while you were watching Kylian find his feet, the real problem was standing right next to him wearing number 7. I'm talking about Vinicius Junior. The guy who was supposed to be Real Madrid's superstar. The guy who was supposed to do it 1-0x after losing the Ballon d'Or. Let me show you 5 facts that prove Vini is hurting this club. And nobody wants to say it out loud. Fact 1. His numbers are quietly declining. And the trend doesn't lie. People hear 15 goals in La Liga and think Vini is balling. But zoom out. 2 seasons ago, he scored 15 goals and was a Ballon d'Or contender at his peak. Last season, 11 goals. This season, 15 goals, but in 33 matches. That sounds okay until you look at the deeper numbers. His shots on target per 90 minutes dropped from 1.83 last season to just 1.01 this season. His expected goals over performance fell from 1.9 to 1.4. He's taking fewer quality shots and doing less with them. He's ranked 32nd in La Liga for average goal contributions per game. For someone earning a salary fit for the best player on the planet, 32nd is embarrassing. The production is shrinking, and at Real Madrid, that matters. Fact 2. 8 yellow cards. His discipline is killing the team. This isn't just a bad week. This is a pattern. Vinicius has picked up 8 yellow cards in La Liga this season alone, and most of them aren't for tackles. They're for protesting, for arguing with referees, for celebrating too long. The situation got so bad that Carlo Ancelotti reportedly had private conversations with him begging him to stop. According to reports, Ancelotti had essentially given up. His teammates had grown tired of it. Real Madrid even hired a psychologist specifically to work with Vinicius on his emotional control. None of it worked. Ancelotti had to publicly say at a press conference, "We have to avoid the protests, period." When your manager has to tell the cameras what he can't get you to do in private, that's a locker room problem. 8 yellow cards in 1 league season, just for complaining. Fact 3. His own teammates are tired of him, including Toni Kroos. Let that sink in. Toni Kroos, one of the most respected players in Real Madrid's history, came out publicly and said he constantly had to calm Vinicius down on the pitch. His exact words? "I often told him to stop, because it felt like the whole team was being affected by his behaviour. I tried many times. I told him over and over, 'Vini, you're too good. You don't need all of this.'" Kroos isn't a drama merchant. He doesn't say things for attention. When a legend of that level is publicly calling out your attitude, there's smoke and there's fire. And it wasn't just Kroos. Multiple teammates were frustrated, referees turning against the team, momentum being broken mid-game, the whole atmosphere shifting because one player couldn't control himself. Chemistry problems at Real Madrid aren't just tactical. They're Vini's attitude leaking into the dressing room. Fact 4. He stormed off the pitch against Xabi Alonso in El Clásico. We need to talk about this moment. During El Clásico against Barcelona, Vinicius was substituted, and instead of walking off, shaking hands and sitting down like a professional, he stormed off the field. Reports say he had a confrontation with the coaching staff. This happened in the biggest game on the Spanish football calendar. This is the kind of behaviour that separates great players from truly elite mentalities. Mbappé gets subbed, he sits down. Bellingham gets subbed, he claps. Vinicius, he makes it about himself in the one game where the team needs everyone pulling in the same direction. Leadership isn't always about scoring the goals. Sometimes it's about how you handle the moments when you're not. Vini is failing that test, repeatedly. Fact 5. The Benfica chaos, and Florentino is quietly furious. In the Champions League against Benfica this season, Vinicius scored, and the game descended into chaos. A 10-minute stoppage, players brawling, accusations flying. Whatever the truth about what was said to him, and racism in football is real and serious. The pattern of controversy following this player everywhere is undeniable. The situation damaged Madrid's focus in a knockout Champions League tie. But here's the part the media buried. Florentino Perez was reportedly furious, not just about the Benfica incident, but about Vini's earlier comments threatening to strip Spain of the 2030 World Cup hosting rights. The final is scheduled for the Bernabéu. That's Real Madrid's house, their president's showpiece moment. And Vini was threatening to blow it up publicly. When you're creating political problems for your own club's president, you've gone from star player to headache. So here's the reality. Vinicius Junior is talented, genuinely, jaw-droppingly talented. Nobody is arguing that. But talent without discipline, without emotional control, without team-first mentality, is a liability at the highest level. Real Madrid are dropping points. They lost to Getafe at home. They lost to Mallorca away. They drew against Betis. They're heading into El Clásico today as underdogs with a 22% win probability. And while everyone's screaming about Mbappe's slow adaptation, Vini is accumulating yellow cards, storming off pitches, creating diplomatic incidents, and watching his underlying numbers quietly decline. The problem with Real Madrid isn't the new signing still finding his feet. The problem is the established star who was supposed to already be at his peak and is behaving like he hasn't grown up yet. Stop blaming Mbappé. Look at number 7. That's where your answer is.